Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Ebiessporttalk. Today we have a guest from Pakistan. His name is Qasim. Today's show we're going to discuss the test match between South Africa and England and the ongoing Asia Cup. So let's start. We'll start with the South Africa and England test series. So Qasim, what do you think the results? Which one do you think would be more favorable for South Africa?
Walaikum Assalam. First of all, thank you, Ibrahim, for inviting me on the show. It's always a pleasure talking to you. You have been in my show from quite time, and this is the first time I've been in a show. Yeah, as Ibrahim said, agenda is pretty clear. We'll talk about Pakistan versus, Asia Cup, and then South Africa versus England. So as far as we have seen a couple of matches that was totally one-sided and dominated by one team. First match was like easily win by South Africa from an innings margin. Second test, England won quite comprehensively. So one factor I would like to rectify, Ibrahim. So won the toss, whoever get the batting first, put a decent total and they have to bat once. And then the second team got bubble out for a very little total. So your question again, what you asked for the South African perspective?
I said, what do you think will be a good result for them in the third test in terms of their batting?
Third test. Even though series is like right now squared and the decider will be like played in a couple of days time, I guess in a few days time. So I believe South Africa still have dominance because the reason being they have totally dominated the Test Champion League so far, and England is far behind. England has nothing to lose. They're putting some extra effort to win the respective test match. They are playing for the pride basically. But other than that, South Africans are getting the number one spot from quite now. After the second test, they have moved to the second spot, but still a lot of cricket left. So I believe personally that the second test result do matter, but as far as South Africans are concerned, they should stick to the positive mindset, the way they are playing quality cricket. On the other hand, England has some advantage over their home ground or home crowd, Stokes, especially the way he's performing. But nevertheless, I will think South Africa should come up with a very clear mind that they should stick with the number one spot and they have to beat England in the third and final test to cap the series and get the number one spot back again. For that, they have to put the fight back because momentum certainly with England, and England should try to wrap up the series to get some confidence back, even though they have get the position up and down for the rest of the opponents. But right now, I believe that South Africa will have slight edge despite the loss of the second test. But toss again will crucial part. I'm not sure why the conditions are in England are normally we see the Dubai and Sharjah wickets that win the toss and ball first. But innings margin, I can just see the info scorecard that first test was totally dominated by South Africa, second test dominated by England, and whoever the batting first put the runs on the board and then play one. So yes, South Africa with slight edge over England in the third test, and hopefully they will finish the series as well.
Okay, South Africa have an injury in their team. Rasifan Dederson has been ruled out of the third test with a finger injury. They have called up Wian Mulder into the team as replacement. But do you think his absence will make a difference? South Africa's batting?
Well, definitely, Wenderson has been proved himself quite a time. It doesn't matter the format. He was a bit shaky in particular red ball cricket, but me myself is a very big fan of him. The way he plays, we developed innings and the progress level. He's now the senior player of South African team, has been involved in the team. So definitely impact and the space will definitely not be fulfilled in a way. But Mulder is also a very good prospect from South Africa. I'm not sure that whether he's the replacement or someone else will get joined the third test. But the third test also have this sort of affect South Africans a little bit because Wenderson, in my books, is a very quality character and his one innings can totally change the complexion of the game. So yes, there will be impact, but let's see who will the replacement. If Mulder joins, then he can also be a destructive opponent for England.
Yeah, there's been talk about with Mulder joining, maybe Mulder and Marco Johnson coming to the team, then South Africa will have 5 pace bowlers to go with the 3 and then the 2 all-rounders. But there's also a chance of maybe Ryan Rickelton or Kaya Zondo, specialist batsman in the side, who could come in and replace Van der Dussen.
Well, Ebi, as far as pace is concerned, I think Rabada and Nokia are doing a fabulous job. I was just going through the Cricket Info scorecard for the last couple of matches. I have seen that fast bowlers of both the teams have dominated, whether it's James Anderson, Stuart Broad, or Rabada or Nokia. They have shared 5 to 6 wickets apiece out of 10 wickets. So that shows that irrespective of batting first, putting a good total, the bowlers are doing their job as well. And especially pace attack. They have Maharaj as well, and England team also has some spinners. But right now, I think pace attack, considering England wickets, do matter. So South Africa will heavily depend on Rabada as well. Being a senior pro, and as far as they go to the third test, they will heavily rely on Rabada and definitely on Nokia as well. Keeping their, obviously they have a good batting side as well, especially the captaincy, Dean Elgar. I am very like a fan of that. Reminds me of a young Graham Smith, the way he's leading leadership traits and the way he's changing the bowlers, the way he's like putting the prisma on the team. So that shows that he can be a very good captain in the future.
Yeah, there has been, the bowlers have been working well. Like Ngidi has been the economical fast bowler and the rest are doing their job. And on the England side, they've had Ollie Robinson in the second test match who was being economical, and Stuart Broad and James Anderson were attacking and getting the wickets, and Ben Stokes as well. So it has been dominated by the pace bowlers. I think the spinners haven't had much of a role to play yet. And I don't see them having a role to play at the Oval in London either. So, and moving on, South Africa, Aiden Markham. Everyone must drop him. They're saying he has very enough chances. South Africa should move on. Give maybe a Ryan Rickleton, who's a left arm wicket-keeper batsman, a chance. He's in the squad. So do you think they should drop him or give him one more test?
Well, Markram is like bits of like bit and pieces. He has performing not that much consistent, but again a very quality character. You can't say that if a person don't perform for like a couple of matches or even in fact 1 to 2 series, it's very early to call to drop them. You can see the positive aspects of that player too. In the past, he has already done. Markram in my books also a very decent player. If the series is ending, even though it's a very crucial game for South Africa, even they will remain in top 3. It doesn't matter the result. I believe that whatever if they lose, then I think they might be dropped to 3rd place. If like
they'll stay second, just second. Marshall
so
second.
I think South Africa should take some risk, even though Watson is not playing, so they should go with the Markram. At least one more test. Let's see how he approaches the man. He's also a senior pro in the team. So I personally believe if like in the think time of South Africa, I should give one more chance to Markram, definitely.
I too personally believe they should give one more chance, especially because this is only his 2nd or 3rd series in the middle order. The rest they've played as an opener. And the rest he's played as an opener. So I would give him one more opportunity. And now moving on to the Asia Cup. So far, as we can see, India and Afghanistan have a very good start, but Hong Kong next for India tomorrow and for Pakistan on Friday. Right now, Afghanistan look like they're going to beat Bangladesh. So who are your top 4 teams to go to the Super 4?
Well, Ibrahim, to be honest, and as a transparent, if you're a cricketing fan, you can ask anyone, there's a clear prediction that from Group A, that will be Pakistan, India, and from Afghanistan, and most likely Bangladesh. Because right now, because we are discussing in our WhatsApp group as well, Pakistan is a bit unpredictable team. Even though we don't lose to Hong Kong especially, but you can't say when it comes to Pakistan. Right now, India and Pakistan, the match played, it was a nail biter. There is no impact of much run rate. So Pakistan bit like closer to, in terms of run rate, closer to India as well. So from Group A, I believe Pakistan and India. Let's see what the tomorrow encounter between India and Hong Kong. I think it's Wednesday tomorrow.
Yeah.
India. So that will be a deciding factor. We will see what's the bunch of guys from Hong Kong are playing and what's their playing strength, how they approach the T20 cricket. Indian is a great side, like they have proved in the past as well. So tomorrow encounter will be very crucial. The way Hong Kong approaches their innings, they will see that their tournament progress. If they give some tough time to Indians, then surely they can tough time to Pakistanis as well. So tomorrow, if there is something confidence if Hong Kong gains, that will be very fruitful in Pakistan game. Maybe if Hong Kong like get the match bit interesting and win by a very crucial margin, or let's say like hardly 5 to 10 runs, 12 runs, batting first and bowling with like a help of like 7 to 8 wickets with a not easy win for India, then there's a chance that Hong Kong might surprise Pakistan. But to be honest and transparent, it will be a Pakistan, India, and Bangladesh and Afghanistan. I'm not sure how Bangladesh will approach, Afghanistan will approach. Recently, they were going under 6 like few minutes ago, but I think they will win the match with these. So let's see. Tomorrow encounter will be important. We will discuss after that how Hong Kong approaches basically.
Yeah, it will be. I'm also going with the same 4 teams: Afghanistan, Bangladesh, India, and Pakistan. Main reason is Sri Lanka's bowling attack is very inexperienced. The pace bowling attack. They depend a lot.
Sri Lanka is quite good, but right now in Dubai and Sharjah, I've not seen that much spark in Sri Lankan side, and they have shown not that much resilience. In fact, in Sri Lanka, very critical. Yeah. And
also not sure why Sri Lanka, they put the 4 uncapped bowlers in the squad, the main squad, and they put the guys who've played international ODI and T20 already on the standby. I'm not sure why they made that decision.
And just before the tournament, in the 11th hour, the changes come, the uncapped 4 players get in the squad. So that's not like out of the thing that what the thing.
No, yeah. three were in the squad. Just when Chamira's injury brought the 4th one into the squad. The 4th one was on standby, and then he got pushed into the squad. The 4th uncapped pacer came into the squad due to Chamira's injury.
Yeah, 4th one due to Chamira's injury.
Yeah, so before the tournament, they did have 3 uncapped pacers in the squad. So I think they are going to be struggling, and also their batting approach wasn't looking good the other day. So that's why I also back Sri Lanka.
They look in a hurry. I'm not sure why. They have a quality side. They have like won the Asia Cup in the past many times. Afghanistan is pretty child in the Asia Cup, very new faces. But I think Sri Lanka wasn't good. I'm not sure what his think tank is thinking about. They're just like going off every ball and getting the wicket closer. And Afghanistan, we already discussing, and you and I also agreeing that they can be underdogs. They can play a final. I'm saying again and again, and everybody is contradicting me that Afghanistan is not that much capability side. But I do mentioning again, Afghanistan can give time to stronger opposition, and the way they're playing, especially their spinner, their bowling unit is fabulous. The 12 over shade between Nabi, Mujib, and Rashid totally complain the complexion of the game. So I personally think, considering Dubai wickets, low scoring match since day one, 105, Pakistan made 147, today 128, even 150 haven't scored yet. So I think the pitch is whatever the tutor is making, that's been uneven structure, especially in Pakistan-India match. One ball is like getting out the bouncer, other is getting a bit low. Babar also said the same. So I think it's a good for cricket as well, but there should be some runs as well to get the entertainment of T20. But right now, I think that Afghanistan can be underdog, but it seems that Pakistan and India might play final. So that will be 3 consecutive, I believe, if it happens.
Yeah, it will be a hat trick for India. One last question concerning Pakistan going forward towards the T20 World Cup. Shaheen has been sent to London to finish his rehab, but also in the report it has said Shaheen's recovery, he might not even play the tri-series now in New Zealand with Bangladesh and New Zealand. And also for the T20 World Cup, his availability is in doubt. Also, yesterday, India using the short ball against Pakistan. Do you think that is going to open up maybe for Bangladesh and South African fast bowlers as a strategy in Australians to target the Pakistani top order specifically to get them out early? Because going full to Pakistan, Babar, Fakhar and Rizwan are comfortable with playing the full length delivery, especially at the start of the innings.
Yeah, very valid question. We have seen in the 2019 World Cup where West Indies have like put on 0-5 all out, and all the majority of the players got out on the short ball. If you remember 2019 World Cup, the Pakistan opener against West Indies. Same thing, India get a very good homework against Pakistan with every individual. We are not very much good of the short ball playing, but in Australia, definitely T20 World Cup, pitch is already fast in the bouncing track. In Dubai, there is not that much ball, but we have seen Indian players utilize quite well, and they have like out of like 8 to 9 wickets, 5 to 6 wickets have been for short ball. So this is like definitely other teams are watching that. They will come with their homework. Bangladesh, Afghanistan, even Hong Kong, we may see that they will get the tough hard and get some bounce to the track to get Pakistan disturbed on the short ball. And our top order were completely bamboozled. Fakhar, Babar, Rizwan, they have no whatsoever idea what's going on, and they're just pulling the ball and getting the fielder's hand or top edge or getting the keeper's hand. So Pakistan should get some homework for that. And regarding Shaheen, that's a very valid point. I'm not sure that how injury will prolong, but it's a very good setback for Pakistan, because we were believing that might be England tour will be no more, but we said that New Zealand, Bangladesh, and followed by the World Cup. So like Shaheen's absence will definitely put a very much scar on Pakistan fans, because we want Shaheen, even though put his like presence shown in India's match, and every Pakistani bowler showed that. Even we remember that Champions Trophy semi-final against England, Muhammad Amir was injured, Roman Reis come to back, he like straight away gets the wicket. So we have a bowling factory, to be honest. We are a land of fast bowlers, but Shaheen Afridi has class. His impact will definitely affect the World Cup. God forbid if it doesn't play on the World Cup, Pakistan may have definitely keeping Shaheen's performance and his first 4 overs and death overs, a couple of last overs. So I wish him luck. Might be his rehab complete in England as soon as possible, and he'll join the team. But only issue that I'm think happened, that was that whenever the injury happened, they should send right away rather than waiting for the Netherlands. They put them to Netherlands and then go to the. So that I believe that that's what pretty late, and we can say that that's about decisive factor which can like put Pakistan on back foot right now.
Okay, looks like Faris has joined now.
Yeah, Faris Kazmi has joined us from Karachi, I believe.
Yeah. So, and then last question, do you think Pakistan going forward in the Asia Cup, the batting order, do you think with Rizwan, resting him against Hong Kong, do you think Haider Ali can do a good job as a wicketkeeper?
Well, it's a debatable point. Big teams like take chances there. We don't have a very proper backup, to be honest, wicketkeeper. People can nominate it as Haider Ali, but Haider Ali is not a full-time or regular wicketkeeper. I must say that if Rizwan is fully fit, he should play a Hong Kong game. Number one point, because he's our premier wicketkeeper and he's in tremendous form. The only utility cricketer in the India match we seen, even though people are saying that he paces his innings bit slow, a lot of criticism, but in my books, Rizwan played a very crucial knock in India match and 147 out of 43, 44 runs made by Rizwan. So I think against Hong Kong, even though we are saying it's minnows, we should rest and Haider Ali get a chance, it can be a big debacle. I don't want to see rested Rizwan for only one match, Hong Kong, to get better against India. He might lose his momentum as well. So that team with the momentum, he's almost putting a vice captain role as well, even though Shadab is a vice captain, but we have seen Shadab, Rizwan and Babar always engage with the meeting. So I will go with Rizwan as a premier wicketkeeper rather than Haider Ali.
Okay. Fine, the same question to you. Do you think Pakistan should rest Rizwan and play Haider Ali as a wicketkeeper against Hong Kong?
Well, first of all, hi to Qasim and hi to EB, and thank you for inviting me to your channel. Referring back to your question, EB, I don't think they should try Haider Ali as a wicketkeeper because Rizwan, will be fit in times of the match because it's a 4 to 5 days gap, and I think Rizwan will be eager to back on the pitch as he is a fighter. As you have seen, Qasim was earlier conversing to the WhatsApp conversation that I'm referring to that. Before T20 World Cup semi-final, he was in the ICU and he made a comeback after that. So I think Rizwan will be more comfortable as a keeper rather than trying Haider Ali as a part-time keeper because it will create hurdles for Pakistan furthermore.
Yep. And then I asked Qasim a question on Shaheen Shah Afridi. Shaheen Shah now has been sent to London for his rehab. And according to the reports, they're saying it looks like he's going to miss the tri-series as well in New Zealand with Bangladesh. And T20 World Cup also is in doubt because they say he might just return to bowling only in October, the first week. It's a blow for Pakistan.
Definitely, it's a very big blow for Pakistan. But I think if he missed tri-series, it will be, rather good if we take it in a positive way because after that T20 World Cup is also coming. So we need him in the T20 World Cup. If he missed 1 or 2 series, if it's not a very, big thing, it will be, we will be trying to ease on him because at the moment he is, not feeling very good. If we take him in the series and if he creates more doubt and if he will suffer more, then we will, will be not in a good position. So I think it's a good decision to rest him in the series, or if the situation is not under control, I think it's a wise decision if he is not playing.
Okay, I also asked the question, Asia Cup, who are your 4 teams to make the Super 4?
Well, definitely, my 4 Asia teams will be Pakistan, India, and at the moment I am looking at the Afghanistan versus Bangladesh game. It's getting very tight. It's getting very hard to predict, but I think Afghanistan should make it if it not creates more hurdles. The 4 team will be Pakistan, India, Afghanistan, and the 4th team will be Bangladesh.
Okay. And then last thing, let's wrap it up. Overall, between South Africa and Pakistan, how do you think the preparation is going forward to the T20 World Cup?
That's a question to Qasim or a question to me?
Both of you.
Okay. So I think Pakistan at the moment are doing well. I will not say very well, but I think they are doing good. They will, find the combination, and they will rather before the T20 World Cup, we will soon be, seeing some changes also at the social media. I'm seeing that some people are suggesting that keep Rizwan and Fakhar onto the, keep Rizwan. Yes, keep Rizwan and Fakhar onto the opening and refer Babar down to one down spot. So I think people are giving up their suggestions. So it is up to the team and the team management or the captain himself to lower down this batting order, because they say that that both batsmen play with the same strike rate. I think Qasim would agree also. We need a batsman who can play some attack shots also from the very go to attack in the power play. And Babar Azam, no offense, he is a very good batsman. He is the #1 in the world. But sometimes he do struggle to time the ball according to the format and to the of the game. Like T20, we need to play fast, and he takes little bit of time. No offense to him. Again, I'm saying, but I think they should go with Fakhar Zaman opening, and on the other side, Rizwan should open with, and Babar will go one down. And coming on to the middle order is getting, I think, weak. Few question marks on the performances of Khujdil Shah and Asif Ali. Let's see in the upcoming match how they will perform. And coming back to your question of South Africa, I think South Africa are also doing good in the in the longer format of the game. I'm sorry, but in the T20s, I think they need to make the balance.
Yeah. Yes, they do. They do need to make a balance. Qasim, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, Ibrahim, as far as Pakistan is concerned, to be honest, that we have seen in the past, irrespective of what happened in the past, we have seen in 2009 World Cup that our country has not that much in terms of political or whatever the terrorism. I don't want to quote that, but we have won the World Cup 2009 T20 World Cup. That shows what we are made up of. So I'm not thinking that what Shaheen is injured or God forbid if he was a part of team or not. As far as mentioned, that we are the people who somehow will make up the playing 11, and best possible 11 will be in the ground. As far as bowling is concerned, I told you we have a bowling factory. One player you down, unfortunately, he wasn't able to play. The second will be a replacement will be, as I mentioned, the Muhammad Ahmed Champions Trophy semi-final. Roman Rice was there. We see Shaheen out there, Naseem has done his job. So bowling is not my problem, keeping Australian wickets in mind, but definitely Pakistan, a lot relying on Rizwan and Babar. That's my, you can say, the worrying sign for Pakistan. The middle order has already been exposed in the Indian match. We don't have a very good middle order. And we have always talked about Fahim Ashraf. We are missing him big time, the lower middle order who can finish the game, basically the role of Abdul Razzaq, basically. Because once Babar and Rizwan exposed, they get out early, you're third, fourth, and fifth. Even Shoaib Malik, I believe the Asia Cup should be the part of the team. So as far as Australian conditions in mind, T20 in mind, batting will be my complete worrying sign. Completing Australian wickets, we are not used to the bouncy tracks. And even Dubai, we have seen that we have a lot of wickets gone on the short pitch hard. So we are not fully prepared as a batting unit, especially number 4, 5, and 6. We have to find replacement as soon as possible. What will we go for Australia? Keeping that Asia Cup is the best possible, followed by the England series. But the bowling, I have no concern at all, to be honest. We have a genuine spinners, we have a genuine fast bowlers. We can take a part and a lot of backup there. They are all already players who are sitting on the bench. Wasim Jr., he also got injury. He might be recovered soon, inshallah. So let's see how it goes. Coming back to South African side, yes, South Africa, a very quality side we have seen in the past, but again, a longer format, a much better side, more formidable side. But when it comes to shorter format, even though playing, again, a reference of 2009 T20 World Cup, unbeaten side, beaten by Pakistan on a crucial moment, so-called choker. So again, the same thing. They have the mental strength, approach to the game that under the leadership of who's the T20 captain right now. I'm not sure about it. Bavuma. Yeah, he's doing fabulous job. We have seen a World Cup T20. I think South Africa 4 out of 5 matches on pool stage. Yes, correct?
Yeah.
Might be there was some run. They couldn't progress. But
it was run. Yeah, it was
so they possess a very decent side, quality side, bowling likes of Rabada, Nokia, quality spinners as well. Everything. The mental strength of Australians as compared to South Africans are far ahead. That's the thing they can make the win big matches out of nowhere. And Pakistan also lacked with their, when we are 5 to 6 down, suddenly they lost hope and nothing would happen. But again, both teams are good. Both are very good T20 side as well. Pakistan will a bit away from from South African as far as T20 format is concerned. We have seen in the past as well. So, but again, let's see how the tournament progresses and how the playing 11 of squad decides. But wish both best of luck for both the teams, South Africa and Pakistan, and let's see how the tournament went.
Okay, coming to Temba Bavuma, he's returning this week. I think tomorrow he's playing for Lions in Namibia. They've gone over the Joburg Lions, the Johannesburg team. So he's returning there to get some match practice, to test his fitness and his injury, to see if he's comfortable batting again. And head of selectors for CSA for Cricket South Africa has said that Bavuma will be the captain, permitting he's fit. And his return kind of upset South Africa's batting lineup is Reza Hendricks will have to come out.
And Boma also their ODI captain, white ball captain is both T20.
Yes.
So they are going with Algar in Test series. So that's fine.
Yeah. So Bavuma returning means either Reza Hendricks or Riley Rousseau have to sit out because Quinton de Kock won't sit out. So don't you think that you should rather prefer Riley Rousseau and Reza Hendricks in the batting order? Bavuma is not fitting in at the moment, in the T20 especially.
But how can you like output Boma? He's the captain. He should be the part of T20 side.
Yeah, that's why I think Reza Hendricks will probably sit out because he's the opener at the moment. Bavuma is going to open the batting with de Kock.
Yeah, in terms of positioning, yeah, definitely. Riley Rousseau are the top contenders of in top order, especially the way they play, build their innings. So yes, you're right that you're considering Boma and comparing the Hendricks and the other guy, Riley Rousseau. So I will agree with you on that. Yes.
Faris, do you think Bavuma should come into the team in the T20 side?
Sorry, Ebi, can you come again? I didn't hear you very well.
I said
Your voice is a bit breaking. Voice is a bit breaking.
Oh, okay, sorry. I said, do you think Temba Bavuma should come back into the South African T20 side?
Yes, definitely he should come back. And against Pakistan, we have seen he captained well, although he didn't win most of the matches. But when he captained well, when he was captain, I think the team was good with the balance after de Kock, gave up the captaincy. And I think he is a very good batsman. I think he also a bit underrated, if Qasim would agree. He is a very underrated batsman in the current South African lineup, because after the likes of JP Dugni and after the likes of Graham Smith, retired very big names, he was in the leagues. Although he made debut very late after these big players, but when the South African name come, we remember the name Careless, we remember the name Pollock, we remember the name Antini, we remember the name Nell. So these are the guys which South Africa was famous for. But coming back to Bavuma, he's not a very famous personality, but I like his captaincy, and I would personally wish him good luck if he makes a comeback in the South African team. And South Africa, they didn't play very poorly in the last tournament. They were exit on the very unfortunate way against England, and in the same ground which match is going on, like Afghanistan and Bangladesh. The situation was very tight. They lost the T20 World Cup on the basis of the net run rate. So yes, South Africa will be favorites, but I think they are underrated. They are not in the competition to in the T20 World Cup. I think it's in my
and Ibrahim, one more point for Boma captaincy. The team is responding in his captaincy. There is a concept of white and black South Africa a lot, but I have seen that considering the last World Cup, team is equally responding to Boma under captaincy. We have seen the de Kock there was issue with this, but nevertheless, so I believe he's a very good leader. I believe I do agree with Faris.
He's a very good leader, and when he's in form and in rhythm, he's a very good batsman as well. And I would also have him back. So hoping to see him fit in the upcoming series in Namibia, and then to see him come back to the South African side. I think that is it for today. Thank you, Qasim and Faris, for coming on to the show.
Thank you for inviting, Brian. It's always a pleasure.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. Allah Hafiz.